Hi everybody, Mr. McNichol here again. Okay, well, by now you all ought to have submitted the actual rough drafts, if I'm not mistaken, of your midterms. Okay, and remember those midterms are telling me either why you should get the big money scholarship or why I should adopt your entertainment choices. Either one is good. Those midterm rough drafts also should have been edited by your peers. So there's that as well. Please make sure you get those into me so that I can start editing them and get them back to you by Monday night. Now we're going to jump ahead a little bit today because your final, which we're going to be doing over the course of the next month, is going to be a kind of an op-ed piece, an opinion editorial, one where you take an issue and basically convince me that your position is correct. The first thing that we're going to talk about in class, and I mentioned this before, honestly, if you have an issue that you are incredibly passionate about, it's a good idea not to do that for your paper for me. And simply put, here's why. We mentioned this before. If it's something that you are very passionate about, something that you think everybody really ought to adopt, well, what our brains do when we start arguing something we are passionate about, we kind of go into I've got to win mode. And that's when we start bringing up logical fallacies and errors, and your grade goes down. Simply put, that's why. Okay? So, we tend to belittle the other side's arguments and not necessarily really look at them with a critical mindset, but only with a mindset of squishing them. Okay? Not always the best way to convince someone else. We're going to talk about that more when we're in class. But today, what I am going to talk about is the M15 lesson on counter arguments. Now, to make an effective opinion piece, you need to look at the arguments for the other side of your particular argument. If I am of the opinion that the Texas Rangers are going to win the World Series, I not only have to say why the Texas Rangers are so awesome, but I've also got to field the arguments that the Diamondbacks fans, the Diamondbacks are going to say, well, our team is awesome too. Yes, here's what the other team says, but here's why they're wrong. Okay? You can do that, and I really strongly advise you to do that. But in M15, there is a short slideshow that talks about that. I'm going to go through those pieces today, and you'll be all prepared for when we meet again on Monday. Sound good? Okay. So in a counter argument, the first thing you need to do is use the opposition's arguments and show that you understand their position, but there is a really rational reason or a bunch of rational reasons why you don't adopt their position. Okay? And what is a counter argument? First off, remember I said if we're going to do anything like this, we have to define our terms first. So let's define what a counter argument is. A counter argument essentially is with any argument or position, there might be alternative or opposing positions. And these opposing positions are called counter arguments because they run in counter, opposite to your positions. Okay? So, if my argument is that dogs are better than cats, hardly biased at all. If I say that dogs are better pets than cats because they are more social, but you argue that cats are better pets because they are more self-sufficient. Well, your position is a counter-argument to my position. Okay? We both think that the particular animal we love are better pets, but for different reasons. Okay? And so I have to make an argument that better companions or better socialization that dogs have outweighs the self-sufficiency that the cats have. Okay? Well, why include counter-arguments to begin with? Why don't you say dogs are awesome and leave it at that? Well, if you're basically writing an argumentative, persuasive essay, you are making yourself look a heck of a lot better if you acknowledge that other positions exist, that you have considered them, and that you reject them when you respond to them. Okay? Doing this gives you credibility and it strengthens your own argument. I know what they say, and here's why it's wrong, in so many words. Okay? So what is included in a counter-argument paragraph? Because you're going to have to include one of those in your final paper, which will take the place of a final exam. You're welcome. Well, don't just simply identify an opposing position. Okay? People who like cats say they are better and self-sufficient, but you've got to respond to that position as well. Tell me what they are arguing. Cats are more self-sufficient. Discuss the reasons that that argument is incomplete, or weak, or unsound, or illogical. People get pets because they want companionship, and dogs are better companions. Cats tend to be more self-sufficient, so they are not better companions. Okay? Provide examples or evidence to show why the opposing argument is unsound, or give explanations of how the opposing argument is incomplete or illogical. And then, at the end of the argument, last sentence, you close with the reason why your argument is stronger than the identified counter argument. Okay? So, you're going to see when you go up onto, I don't think I'm able really to present this here, unfortunately, but when we talk on Monday, we'll basically see a sample paragraph of a counter argument. Okay? And you can take a look at one if you want to go to M15, that's Mike 15 lesson counter arguments 2. Okay? So, once again, we include counter arguments to show that we have heard and we have considered the other side. Okay? Doing that makes our argument look and actually be stronger. Okay? Because it shows you haven't come to your conclusions in a vacuum. Yes, you acknowledge other positions are there, but they are not sufficient to get your sharp intellect to believe it. Okay? It also is a chance to explain why the other side's argument is incomplete, weak, unsound, or illogical. Automatically, when you do that, when you show logically that the other side doesn't hold water, your argument automatically gets stronger. Okay? If we say dogs versus cats, for example. Also, but you still, even if you can explain why the other side's argument is not good, you still need to be able to then give all the arguments why your side is good. Okay? Why your pros in the argument outweigh the other side's pros, and why their cons, their contrary positions, they don't hold water. They are not effective at convincing you, the arguer, and should not be able to convince anyone else to adopt a counter position. Okay? So that's basically all we're going to be looking for. Next time we meet, we're going to be looking specifically, we've already talked about how to have an introductory paragraph, a conclusion paragraph, a bunch of body paragraphs in between, and so we're mainly going to be looking at how to do a counter-argument paragraph when we meet again next time. Okay? All right. Well, this one was a little bit shorter by about a minute and change. I hope everything's going well for everybody. Please email me if you still have any issues, concerns, complaints, whatever it might be. I may not be able to get to you till Monday, but I will get to you. Okay? And we even can talk in class if absolutely necessary. All right. Thanks a lot, folks. Take care. Hope everyone's having a great, great day. And I'll see you Monday night. Bye-bye.